What's up, guys? This is Juan, the Trailer Guy, with another episode of Full Send. And on this one, as you can see, I have Kiefer
Hello, how are y'all?
from Marketography.
I'm also usually the guy behind the camera.
Yeah.
But
He does a little bit of everything.
I do a lot of everything, but a bunch of nothing.
Agree to disagree.
Hey, that's a compliment. I'll take it.
But now on today, we're just going to be... So on the topics that I hit before, and just how creative marketing and all that plays into effect with prospecting and building your pipeline, and just having that area and your expertise of marketing play an effect with that. So.
Yeah.
Let's get straight to the point. This what you do and what you don't do. No bullshit, sugarcoat when it comes to repairs and maintenance. Advice you can go to. Full sin, no edits, cause just go to full sin, and we'll get you done right. Full sin, and we'll get you going right. Full sin, keep it going day and night. And this ain't just a podcast, we get it right and keep it tight.
So you talked about prospecting, opening,
Let's see.
being prepared. Then you had the presentation,
Yeah.
the close, and then probably, to me, the most important is the follow-up.
Correct.
So those 7 things, if y'all missed those, go back and check them out. A couple of episodes are short and sweet, and we have an NATM episode wedged in the middle of all those that we went to.
Yeah.
Which
somewhere
kind
in
of
between all that.
which kind of sums up everything you were talking about.
Yeah, pretty much. It puts everything in a nutshell, and I know you're probably still editing it, but it's going to be a video of just of a walk around of me, Tyler, Caitlin, and what happened there at NATM. Or not, NATM.
Yeah, it's a little promo. You get to see it. There's no audio or anything, just showing that we were there. Really brand awareness, which we'll kind of talk about today.
Yeah.
So let's kind of get to it. What do you what's the first subject inside the creative realm of business are we going to tackle first?
So with anything, it would be prospecting, knowing who you're going after. So, I mean, and I feel that in your in marketing, that's going to play an effect, because it goes back to your market research of if you have somebody who does your SEO or whatever. I don't even know how all that plays into effect.
Okay, so we'll go prospecting. We'll start there. So you have a product or a service you're offering. If you have product A and product B, they serve 2 different clientele or 2 different purposes, 2 different audiences. You'd have 2 different segments you'd have to put out there.
Yeah.
So in our world with trailers and trailer parts, you have axles, fenders, couplers,
Springs, so forth.
So you have so many industries that touches. So hot shotting, transportation, camping, hike, that.
Landscaping, all that.
So all of these things you have to kind of figure out, all right, who is your target audience among all these people? Who are the ones that are going to most likely buy product A from your company to serve their purposes? What solutions do you have for their problems? And when you look at it, it's figuring out, all right, age range, sex,
Geography.
where they're at. Because I know with us, we have a lot of California customers, or like West Coast, not much like between like Arizona to Texas. We have some, but then it gets really heavy on the East Coast. And the whole trailer world in itself, like the Northwest, nothing's there. So when we target those areas, nothing really happens. They all rely on their Pep Boys or AutoZone or Tractor Supply, that kind of thing. Whereas with us, what we do is we market a lot in the South. And we hit, not to give away trade secrets, but male, certain age range, and certain interests. And that tends to be the prospecting that we do for lead generation. And that lead generation comes back either whether it's email, whether it's social media, and all that kind of stuff.
And all that.
And that supplies that pipeline for our sales team or for our e-com. Because e-com is pretty much a salesperson in itself.
All right.
And when we look at this, when we go from point A to point B, your prospecting, it's the same as if you're going to pick up the phone call. there's apps that will scrape LinkedIn and give you emails. So if you're more of a service, business services or B2B community or B2B company, you have all that information right at your fingertips. You know exactly who to contact and where to contact them at. Then you have, it's pretty much like a phone book. It's, this company, and it lists you.
Book.
Yeah. So as you're building your book of business, you have people you can start adding as your prospect to convert them over to those customers and build those relationships with.
Yeah.
And then you get to, being prepared, knowing how your advertising is going to capture the thought of a solution to problems. I mean, as a filming this, yesterday was the Super Bowl. One of my favorite parts of the Super Bowl are the commercials.
Hell yeah.
And
they put a lot of thinking behind what they're going to put.
And even beyond that, just like the creative aspects to everyday things we see. I haven't watched all of them. I was actually traveling back from Los Angeles yesterday, so I, didn't get to watch the game, but I definitely YouTubed a lot of the commercials. And as always, they're mind-blowing. My wife hates commercials, and I'm like, that's what I do for a living. I need to see these. I want to be up to date on it. But when you look at being able to have that spark of a solution to a problem, that's you being prepared. And that could be email marketing. Now, there's companies out there where you can buy databases, and it gets around the whole Apple no tracking stuff because it goes off IP address and that kind of thing. But one of the most beautiful things is seeing that preparedness to your prospects and having that mentality of, I've got a solution for your issues. I've got this. Come talk to me. And then it's on that salesperson or the website, whatever touch point that customer goes to.
And I'll say this, that I've been in the role that I've played in this company and just with every other company I've been with. What draws a lot of interest to me when I go to their site is their website. And I've been to some websites that are like, damn, it's very informative. And I've been to some websites like,
this is sketchy as shit. I'm moving on.
What the hell is this? They want me to spend a certain amount of money with them, but their website looks like a 5-year-old put it together overnight.
So our first website with the trailer parts outlet, before it was BigCommerce.
Yeah.
We're on Shopify now. So 3, maybe 4 iterations ago. Oh my gosh.
It was one of those, unfortunately.
And there's a tool, if you ever want to look at it, it's called the Wayback Archives or the Wayback Machine. It gives you like snapshots of like previous website versions. It's one of the greatest things in history. Like, you can see some funny crap. Like, they had that, and you have to remember 1998, 2001, 2010, like these major changes. And it shows you how companies develop too. Like, do they put money into marketing dollars? Do they not? But that's one of the biggest turnoffs to me is a company that is established that doesn't want to put effort into their digital touch points.
Yeah. That, and even like in just this time of age now where everything's off of e-com, where everything's based off of you start doing a search on your fucking phone.
Yeah. This right here is one of the greatest sales tools for buying or selling. And that's what a lot of people don't realize is no matter how much you have access to stock-wise, you have phones, you have whatever your business looks like, if you do not take advantage of that digital side, whether that's social media content, social media marketing, putting money into SEO, and we're in a place where, like our website, because of the listings we have and the amount of products and the jargon that goes with those products, our SEO is naturally amazing.
Yeah.
But you have to actually put effort into it if you only sell under 100 products. You have to actively try to get those pages boosted with SEO, and so you can be found on Google. And that's, to me, that's part of presentation. When you're presenting yourself online, how are they going to find you?
Exactly. And it's almost goes back to like what you just brand awareness of what you're offering, and just your approach and your presentation of everything. It's a key point. the beauty of it is you really don't handle objections when you do an e-commerce website.
No, you just have Google telling you your site sucks.
Yeah.
You know, page load speeds or like your SEO's wrong or like broken links. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that outside of like the whole rejection thing, there's 90% of your digital marketing and the digital touch points for your customers is all about the preparedness and the presentation.
Yeah.
After that,
all the information, all your cookies right there in one spot.
Now you do have bounce rates, which like when someone goes to your site, how long do they stay there? Do they convert? Do they not convert? And that would be considered your objections. And if you follow the analytics on that and the trends of the people going to your site, you can learn a lot about how to improve. One reason that I started marketography, because we've been Inc. 5000 4 times in a row, from nothing to almost 17 mil last year. Like we've grown this, and a lot of it's to do with the marketing, with the website. So we started marketography to say, hey, look, you're a small business. You're a business of X number of people or whatever that may look like. You need help. Let us help you. We can use our Inc. 5000 experience to move you along and grow.
We've been through the pain and growing pains of that, and we're still going through some of those growing pains. But all the knickknacks that anybody else is going to try to force on you, try to do that. Hey, you got to do this, you got to do that. Basically, what you're saying is you're going to shrug all that off. You know what? As long as they give you all the content of what you need and information.
Yeah, and the really, really good thing about this is there's people out there. There's a restaurant in town that was flirting with us to do some marketing, and they kept on their go-to was, oh, well, we can do it ourselves. We can go to Wix for our website. We can do this. We can do that. And yes, my whole job is because most people are lazy, or they don't want to take the time to learn, or they don't have the capacity to learn, or they're left brain or right brain instead of left brain. However you want to look at that. But I've grown my experience through others that didn't want to or couldn't.
And I'll go back to what I tell a bunch of my customers is well, I can go over here and find parts here. I can find parts over here for cheaper. I was like, okay, but you're wasting a whole freaking day of trying to source something out cheaper when, yeah, you saved $5, but how much is your time worth to do that? That
is the exact point I make to people, because yes, you can do it. But your 16, 17 hours of building a crappy site versus my 20 to 30 building an amazing site.
And the interaction and the features of that and how it's going to, the presentation of it, that you can actually take the time and put the work into it and not rush through it is the key fact.
Well, when you look at it from an analytical standpoint, what is the main thing businesses look for? ROI, your return on investment. If you do it, what is going to be your ROI on a crappy Wix website or a Squarespace site that isn't finished out versus a professional, clean, fully coded and developed website that has SEO built into the copy of it, all the markup done, and functional and interactive on all devices, a responsive website. So how much more is that ROI going to be? Yeah, your output's going to be anywhere's cheapest I do websites for is $5,000, but that $5,000 versus your day of labor messing around with this system, and ultimately, once you start getting to the point of knowing, hey, this isn't working right, you're going to call me or someone like me anyways. So the ROI of a one-time spend and not have that many hours put into it, how much ROI are you going to get off that versus you doing it yourself?
Very true.
Just like me, I work at a trailer parts place. Does that mean I'm going to go fix my own camper? No. I'm going to get the parts and bring it up here. Well, not me get the parts, but order the parts. Go out there, say, hey guys, this needs to be fixed. Can y'all do that? Send me a bill. Because our shop guys are better at fixing stuff than I am. It would take me 5 days and I would screw it up worse.
I mean, I would say it's not one of those DIY type projects that you'd want to, if you had the time and you had nothing else to do, I would say go for it. But if you're trying to run a business, trying to maintain your customers happy, your employees happy, and trying to get more, like I said, ROI and just get more traction, then I'd definitely say, either find somebody like Kiefer, go to Kiefer, find somebody like Kiefer to do something like that. But it's very important just for branding purposes, really. And
Brand awareness. One of the scariest parts of any business, because that's money most companies think they're throwing away. Us at the Trailer Parts Outlet, we're doing 2 podcasts, about to add 2 more video series, as well as a repair video series coming up. And
that's good to know. I didn't know that.
Yeah. All of that's going to be all of this is brand awareness.
Yeah.
Because we're not selling something. This is to get our name out there, to show that we're, above the industry standard. We're getting out in front of there's a industry forefront when it comes to knowledge, and we're sharing that. So this is all brand awareness. This isn't a sales pitch for our new TK axles that we manufacture in-house.
A 7-year warranty.
Best in the industry there. But this isn't a sales pitch for that. It's not a, hey, click now, buy this. This is sharing information and sharing knowledge and getting out in front of viewers. So this right here to most businesses would be a waste of money because there's no immediate ROI or even trackable ROI on this. But there's a lot of companies now seeing the value of this.
Oh, yeah. And even at the NATM show, the Karen, a badass person if you ain't met her.
Karen Anderson, right?
Yeah, Karen Anderson. Badass chick. She even said, what we're doing is something no one's really ventured off into. And
there's some companies copying.
Yeah. And I mean, they might have been doing it before, but to the aspect or to how we're doing it and pushing it, I would say probably not. But it works. It's brand awareness and just product knowledge. And it's crazy how a lot of people oversee that and think it's a waste of time.
Well, I mean, when you look at it from a creative aspect, this allows your employees, in this case, for this example, you vent through this, which de-stresses you a little bit. You get to share knowledge, which improves your personal brand. So people call up, hey, is Juan there? I need an axle. Is Juan available? And it builds your pipeline. As well as if you're not available, it builds the other salespeople's pipeline.
Yeah.
And that's what all this comes back to is putting yourself out there so you are known in this position for this company. And hey, I do this, call me. It goes back to your prospecting. Anybody watching this that sees the Trailer Parts Outlet clicks on this and says, I need to call that guy. I need an axle. Or it might be, hey, I need to call this guy. I'm a sales guy and I suck right now. Hey, Juan. Oh, you do sales? Cool. We have a position open or we don't. Or relationship, call me back in 6 months. That follow-up. So there's so many reasons why we do this. And it's not all about immediate return on spend either.
Yeah.
But, just going through this, don't be scared of spending money on marketing. Don't be scared to spend money on brand awareness. And give up those reins on things you think you could do, but someone else could do better that would benefit your company. Because...
Don't be afraid to grow. Don't be afraid to change.
You know how many times I hear, well, I can't handle my business as is. I'm denying people. Well,
Why?
Cool. Hire more people or make a waiting list.
My thing is, and I think I got a fucking screenshot of it. And if you follow me on LinkedIn, if you don't, go follow me. But I put this picture on LinkedIn, if I can find it. But it's basically saying, keep your sales pipeline full by prospecting continuously. Always have more people to see than you have time to be seen or to see them.
And same thing goes for marketing.
It's crazy because you got some people who, and it happens here because I got people who are telling me, well, I don't have time, or I don't have time. having trouble taking care of my customers. No, I'd rather have that issue and not be able to take care of getting back to every customer that I have in one day than being a dry spell where I have no phone calls coming in and I have nobody to call because
that's food not on your table at that point.
Yeah, just as in sales with anything, your company you work for is bringing in phone calls, but at the end of the day, what are you providing for the company?
Where's your worth? What are you doing to make yourself an asset?
Your pipeline, the size of your pipeline, your net worth, your customer net worth. I mean, it's stuff that people in a leadership position are looking at when the sales numbers are down, when the phone calls are slow, when we're not hitting quotas when we're supposed to. And so far, I can say we haven't had that issue this year, and we kind of have a rough patch last year, but it improved, and that's what it's all about.
Dude, our team is kicking ass this year. Like, yeah, well, that's fake wood.
Yeah.
No,
Kiefer, if we fucking go down, I'm gonna kick your ass, and it's recorded on this podcast.
As long as we go TikTok live.
But no, so far we've been doing good. We're coming up to the busy months, and hopefully, our numbers for next month are a little bit high. Am I intimidated by it? Yeah, but am I scared of it? Fuck no. I mean, like I said, it goes back to prospecting and building that pipeline and just having that book of customers that you can call up to help you get out of a bind, because it's all about scratching my back and they'll scratch your back. Or no, me scratching their back and they're scratching my back. Yeah, there you go.
You always mess that one up.
I know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I will say this, Kiefer gave me a tap card and I don't know where it's at. It's in my wallet, but those are pretty cool.
I just ordered 3 more for a customer today.
That's awesome.
But no, I enjoyed being on the podcast with you, especially talking, the nerdy side of business with marketing and
yeah, that's all you.
Yeah. But no, if y'all want to find out more, marketography's information will be down below as well as mine, and we'll go from there.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it.
Appreciate you for coming on. Again, I don't really get that many guests, so it's always fun when I have somebody, because I ain't got to talk all the time. But no, again, if you haven't subscribed or liked our podcast or subscribed to our YouTube channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, and stay tuned for the next one. Don't forget Fridays, women in the trailer industry. Their new episodes drop every Friday. Mine drop every Wednesday. I'm gonna get this right one of these days. But mine drops Wednesdays. Theirs drops Fridays. If you haven't listened to theirs, check it out. Women, if you're all listening to this, ladies, check out their podcast. Real interesting, even with the fellas. Just their standpoint and their view of being in an industry dominated by the male role model, or not role model, but the male role.
Husbands, tell your wives about the podcast, the Women in the Industry Trailer. Wow, now I'm messing it up. Yeah. Dang, Juan. I produced this thing.
Yeah.
Women in the Trailer Industry. But yeah.
Check us out.
I will start editing this one.
But no, hey, if y'all have a topic, I don't know if it's going to be in there, but if not, if y'all have a topic you want me to talk about, feel free to shoot us a message, or give us shoot me a call or a text. Or if you want to be a guest on a podcast, go for it. Just let me know.
Let's get straight to the point. This what you do and what you don't do. No bullshit, sugarcoat when it comes